welcome to PrepEve, where we revolutionize how you prepare for IELTS. Today we'll be breaking 5 myths that you have incorporated into your system by watching n number of videos on YouTube. The first and the most commonly exploited myth is using linking words everywhere would fetch you 7 or plus band scores in your writing. That's not the case. Linking words have their own role to play. Now you can't just pop in words here and there in your writing or in your essay especially and expect the examiner to give you more bands. That's not the case. You first need to understand what are these words and why are we using them. Once you're clear about the reason of their usage, you'll use them appropriately. So first of all, understand when and where they should be used and how much we should be using them. Now when it comes to how much, there's no upper or lower limit, but 3 to 4 times is more than enough in any essay. So 3 to 4 times you should be using your connectors, your linking devices or linking words, but they should be used appropriately. You can't just randomly throw therefore, henceforth, however, to conclude anywhere and everywhere. It should be appropriate from what you're trying to say and what you're trying to convey. So linking words, as the name suggests, it's used to link sentences, link paragraphs and link words between a sentence as well. So it's basically creating cohesion in your writing. It is connecting your second sentence with your first sentence and so on and so forth, so that the reader understands that you're not randomly throwing away ideas, but they mean something when they're read together. So that's the only usage of linking words. It's not used to decorate your essay or your letter. It is used to convey something, to convey a connection. Only when you want to showcase some connection, you will be using these connectors. Otherwise, there's no point of writing them everywhere unnecessarily. It would just create chaos in your writing and in fact can backfire and reduce your band scores instead of increasing them. Second one is following templates. Now a lot of coaching institutes and I guess a lot of YouTube channels as well suggest a shortcut, which is to use templates. Now first of all, there is no shortcut to success. You need to practice a lot to clear any exam, and IELTS test is yet another examination which requires practice. Templates would just confuse you and break your natural flow of thought. I've always said this in all my sessions, the ones that are on YouTube and the ones that we conduct on a one-to-one personalized guidance course. So I've always emphasized on the fact that if you mug up that the second sentence of my second body paragraph should start with so and so word, you will restrict your flow of thought. You will not be able to think properly and you will not be able to express yourself. So what should we do? We should focus on enriching our natural flow of thought as well as our natural expression rather than memorizing templates. Now, what happens when you memorize templates? Apart from losing your natural flow of thought, you also would be scored on the memorized factor. There are 2 factors on which the IELTS examiner would penalize you. 1, in the case of illegible handwriting, and 2, if you have memorized something. So memorized is when you memorize templates as well. So the examiners are super duper trained. They have gone through n number of exams, a number of writings, a number of essays and letters, and now they know what memorized kind of content is and what these coaching institutes or what these YouTube channels are offering you in the form of templates. So they are aware of each and every template. So don't try to fool them, because you would end up losing your band scores instead of fooling them. So the third and the next one is basically 5 or 40 words to get 9 band score in your writing or in your speaking. Now this is a very common title that I've come across on YouTube. A lot of YouTubers write 5 words to get 9 band score in your speaking or 40 words to be used in your writing so that you get 9 band scores. Now there is no list of words in the vocabulary of an IELTS examiner, and they do not check for these 40 words in your writing. Imagine how hectic would it get for them if they read the entire 250 words in your essay plus 150 words in your letter and try to tally if you have written those 40 words which are in that particular list, because that kind of a list does not exist. So there's first of all no list of words that if you write in your exam you would score a great band score. They're not assessing you on your vocabulary alone. Vocabulary is in fact a part of one of the parameters, which is lexical resource. Now lexical resources is not just vocabulary, it includes other things as well, such as spelling. So you should not be fooled by such kind of titles on YouTube, because there's no sure short word list to be memorized so that you can use it in your writing. So no point wasting your time on watching such videos. You can watch them to understand or to gain knowledge or to gain new words in your system and to remember them so that you can use them casually, but not to score a 9 band score. So the purpose here is different. Here you are gaining knowledge but not scoring 9 band score. So you need to just write 250 words in your essay and 150 words in your task 1. You can write like 20 words over, but not a single word below the prescribed word limit. So if the prescribed word limit is 250 words, it should be above 250 words, not a single word lesser than 250 words. And similar is the case for your task 1, wherein you have to write a minimum of 150 words. Now if you write lesser than 150 or lesser than 250 words, you would be penalized, you would lose a band score. However, if you write like 400 words or 500 words, that would make no sense at all, because it would increase your chances of getting a mistake or errors in your writing, plus it would be super time consuming. So it will consume a lot of your time, which is not something that we want, and plus it would risk you to errors and mistakes, which we definitely want to avoid. So do not write more. Here basically the quality should be over the quantity. Fifth one, write complicated words and sentences. Ma'am, where is my PDF of vocabulary? Ma'am, I want a PDF that showcases the word list which needs to be used in my essays or in my letters. Now there is no PDF, there is no list, there is nothing that you need to memorize. Here you should not be using complicated words or sentences. When it comes to using complicated words, I would instead change it to using wide range of vocabulary. Wide range of vocabulary would mean basically using different words, not repeating words. So I would suggest you to uncomplicate your vocabulary. In fact, uncomplicate IELTS by not focusing on using complicated words. There are two disadvantages of using complicated words if you're not very well versed with those words. Number one is that you can get the spelling incorrect. Number two is that you might not use them correctly as per the context of the sentence. So our job is to write correctly. Our sentences should be meaningful. For sentences to be meaningful, we need to use words that we are sure of and not pop in or throw in unnecessarily complicated words. So showcase wide range of vocabulary by using synonyms and keep changing the words instead of using the complicated words by memorizing them from a dictionary. Another thing is complicated sentence. There's nothing known as complicated sentences. What in fact you should be doing is that you should be using complex sentences. Okay, there is nothing which is called complicated sentence. All sentences are uncomplicated if you want them to be. So here, if we use two sentences which are simple, basically simple sentences are the ones which convey just one idea. I am going to the market. This is one idea. This is what you're doing right now. You're going to the market. The second one could be from the market I will go to the temple, for example. So these two sentences are simple sentences because they convey one idea. Now these two sentences can be easily combined. So if we can combine two sentences, why not do that? So let's combine those two sentences. It would be I am going to the market and from there or then I will go to the temple. So basically this is how you can combine sentences and make your writing effective. This does not mean that you have created a complicated sentence. There's nothing known as complicated sentence. Here we are basically combining sentence to make them effective, and this is what a complex sentence also is. So you just have to make your writing effective and don't get scared by the word complex sentence. I know a lot of you in the very first session would say, ma'am, what is a complex sentence? And I've heard that at least 3 or 4 complex sentences should be used in our writing. Forget about the complex sentence, understand the purpose of that particular sentence. The purpose of the sentence is to combine two sentences which are closely related to each other instead of writing them separately, so that we can increase the effectiveness of our writing. And this is also done in your other languages. Even in your mother tongue, if you translate that particular sentence that you're writing, you will see that you have created a complex sentence in your own mother tongue. So this is how you create a parallel. Read a sentence or write a sentence and see how would you write it in your mother tongue, or how would you speak it in your mother tongue. So this is what you need to be doing. So do not waste your time unnecessarily on memorizing or mugging up complicated words. Uncomplicate IELTS, that's the motto. Do not complicate it. Do not get confused by these myths. These are some stupid things that we come across, and you should not confuse yourself by going through these blogs or videos or basically ideas given by different people at different points of times. Understand how would you convey your ideas properly. Just that, do not confuse yourself. And that's about it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If so, please click on the thumbs up icon and also click on the bell icon so that you get the notifications whenever we post a new video, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.